V-necking it?
Well, I can fix it. I can make it look better.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night. Hello, Alabama, find a comfortable spot. We got high school football and it's coming out hot. Now here we are and the lights are shining bright. Always been. Yeah, WAAY 31 is rocking all right.
Big Game Friday night. Max Cohan, Trevor Denton.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
It's the clash for the crown. Deschler and West Morgan battle it out in the only undecided region in the state in our game of the week.
Well, in our rivalry game of the week, a battle of region winners as Scottsboro and Mars Hill battle in a big-time cat fight.
Hello and welcome into the final Big Game Friday night of the regular season. As always, I'm Max Cohan, and what I believe is Trevor Denton is right over here as far as we can see. We've got a very special Halloween edition for you guys tonight.
Yeah, now remember the majority of our games were played on Thursday, but much like me, you know, you can't see those tonight. We'll get back to those, though, in a little bit. First, we're going to dive into the games that actually did take place here on Friday night. That takes us up to Trinity. Deschler and West Morgan met Thursday at Rebel Stadium with perfect records on the mind and one goal in mind, winning that region.
The Rebels have not lost a regular season game since 2022. The team that beat them, the Tigers. As always, West Morgan's offense is revved up by the Makari Johnson machine. He's a Ferrari. Like prime Lev Bell, he waits for his opportunity, then accelerates through the hole for an early touchdown. Now Deschler looking to get their offense going. Price Thornton throws a middle screen to Camden Fuller for a sizable gain, but Drew Phillips' defense stepped up with some massive plays when they needed them. Thornton's pass sails high, and Kylan Stover dives low to pick it off. Then the Rebels go right back to Makari. The superstar senior swats off defenders and almost breaks free past some more, but it's still a huge gain to set up quarterback Asher Fletcher for the short yardage score. The Rebels claim victory this year and take that region crown, 13-7.
Guys earned it. You know, that's a really good football team we played, but man, our guys earned it. They stayed in it, and I'm so dang proud of the resiliency, toughness of this group, toughness of this team, and I couldn't be more proud of them. And that's a good football team we just played. Hats off to them as well. It's always a tough one. You know, people's doubted us since day one. They doubted us because the past 2 years we've lost a great group of seniors who are absolute winners, and our guys keep trying to find a way. And, you know, they hear a lot of the noise, and but they stay together. They didn't get outside of that this week. A lot of distractions could have occurred, but it didn't happen. So I'm very proud of them.
And with that, every region has a champion. So now we can look ahead to the playoffs. West Morgan will host Randolph, while Deschler will host North Jackson.
Last year, West Morgan made it to the semifinals, but maybe this year they'll be able to say, the champ is here. Speaking of the playoffs, these next two teams both have November plans. It's 7A James Clemens going up against 6A Homewood.
Actually, you know what? Let's change. And
it didn't happen. I said the thing, and then it didn't happen.
That
right
happens
away.
sometimes.
That can happen
Too much
sometimes.
John Cena.
Let's see if this one works. You couldn't see it, much like you can't see me. Up next, the game they call Alabama's oldest rivalry. Technically, it's not, but no teams have met more than Guntersville and Albertville, who've been playing since 1914, kind of like my rivalry with Randy Orton. Hate that guy.
When the series started, the Aggies were dominant, but recently it's been all Wildcats, as Guntersville has won every meeting since 2019. Keep in mind the Aggies have just one win this season and 0 points scored this month, but why not make things interesting for the season finale? 4th and long, Carlos Zuniga punting, you would think, but it's a trick. He takes to the sky, and check out Lamoris Prater. He tips it up to himself and holds on for a 35-yard catch. Aggies don't score on that drive, but here comes Guntersville. Street Smith cuts left, back right, stays up, and then goes up to Dadrian Waller. Touchdown Wildcats, looking to put this one away. Smith has the keeper, and he's going to put Guntersville up by 2 scores as the quarterback makes it look easy on the keeper. But you never know in these rivalry games what's going to happen. And hold the phone. The Aggies have one more score on their mind. Zuniga looks to the back of the end zone to Talik Saint. He catches it, gets the toes in. His second touchdown of the night. But the Wildcats hang on to win this one 27-19. Gunnersville will host Priceville in the first round next week. Staying in the region, Luke Pruitt has taken the Pirates to the playoffs in his first season at WAAY. Tonight he looked to end October on a high note against Aniana. When these teams met last year, WAAY won by 39 up early in this one until this. Aniana's Mason Chambers finds a path to the end zone, so he takes it, and that puts the Redskins up 7-6. But the Pirates not sweating it. Coach Pruitt saying, hey, we can slow them down and figure things out on defense. And there goes Isaiah Watts. He flies in for the sack and wraps him up like a kid who sees an unattended bowl of candy. And then WAAY gets going on offense. Bo Bennett thinking, short man? I don't think so. How about the receiver in the end zone, Dayton Porter? Pirates take the lead and add some more a little bit later. Presley Fant has his eyes set on our camera, and he comes right into your living room front row seat view for this score as WAAY rolls 34-21. The Pirates will travel to Russellville next week.
David Green is only in his first year as Buckhorns head coach, but he's already got the franchise shining now. They're headed to the postseason and look to beat Grissom to cap off the regular season. Buckhorn looking for win number 7. Hartselle awaits them in round 1 of the playoffs. The Bucs defense allows just 17 points per game, the same number of world championships I've won. Here they swarm the quarterback keeper with Cortez Carr and Tiago Torres combining for the stop. The defense continues to use its 5 moves of doom. Grissom completes the pass, but Torres hits him. The ball pops free, and big Gabrion Hamilton lands all over it for a huge turnover in the center of the ring. So the defense does its job. Now can the offense pay it off? Parker Turley drops a rainbow to Andrew Bates, a perfect last name for a Halloween touchdown. Buckhorn, looking spooky heading into that game against the big bad Tigers. Nothing will get you tuned up for the playoffs like taking on another playoff team. It's kind of like how the Royal Rumble prepares you for WrestleMania. I came up just short to Jey Uso. Yeet. That was tough. That must have been what Red Bay and Phil Campbell, exactly what they had on their minds when they made their schedules. 2 Titans facing off tonight. The Bobcats and Tigers have split their last 4 meetings, and check out this wild play by the Bobcats. Haston Scott takes the snap. He breaks some tackles. Now he's Royal Rumbling down the sideline. Then he's going to flip the field, dashing all the way into enemy territory. He's got some motion. I think he covered like a mile of grass on that play. And this Haston guy is a magician in the backfield. This will remind you of Johnny Manziel like a decade ago. Trouble with the snap, but he picks it right back up, then goes back to toying with defenders. But at some point, the Bobcats needed to punch it into the end zone. They finally do that with Braxton Downey downing the defense for 6 points. Red Bay can also make some explosive plays. Jeremiah Thorne rips one up the seam to Jackson Swan, and he soars past the defense for a lengthy gain. Then Thorne pokes the defense with a run around the edge to the end zone. The Bobcats win 46-38 in a shootout. Red Bay will host Sand Rock, while Phil Campbell will travel to Piedmont. The time is now for our first break of the evening.
When we return, we'll take you out to Scottsboro for our rivalry game of the week. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Let's go to the mountains. Let's go to the green.
Welcome back into Big Game Friday night, everybody. The final week of the regular season is always interesting because you get matchups you normally wouldn't see, like the time I faced Umaga in a last man standing match in 2007. That's when I needed this steel chair. Perfect example.
Who said you could use props?
Well, you know what's an Extreme Rules matchup that we had? Mars Hill and Scottsboro. Both these teams can hit. It was just like when I had to take on the Samoan Bulldozer.
Put the chair down.
Okay.
The 5A Wildcats have won back-to-back region titles under Tyler Van. On Thursday, they hosted 3A Mars Hill, another program that's wearing the region crown for the second year in a row. These squads meeting for the third straight season. Each of the last two games were decided by a single point. Not going to happen this time. Mars Hill up 28-0 at the half, and everything was working for Coach Higgins' squad, but Scottsboro gets the score there. And then things start to go back the Mars Hill way. Check out Evan Austin coming right at you. 39-yard gain. He gets the Panthers across midfield. And they like to spread the wealth. Jackson Penn fights his way through for about 8 more. That sets up yet another running back. Hudson Higgins going to take this one to the house. And Mars Hill keeps rolling. But Scottsboro not giving in. It's number 0, Trajan Austin, finds his way through the hole, gets a little push for the score, and that makes it 35-14. But the Panthers still have some scoring left, and they get there. Lawson Frederick goes way up top, and Luke Fowler makes a great catch to get them in the red zone. From there, that's Jackson Penn territory. He finishes it off with the easy run to the end zone, and Mars Hill dominates 41-14 in the battle of region champs. After the win, Coach Higgins says it feels good to be a 3A power knocking off a 5A one.
Well, absolutely. I was proud to see the way we come over here and stood up to them. Field conditions wasn't great. It was a lot of adversity, stuff we needed. Right before half, to hold them out of the end zone was really big time. We're really focused on, enjoying this one right here, and then we're going to turn around Sunday and be ready to roll for the playoffs.
And even with Thursday's result, both teams will still be hosting playoff games next week. Scottsboro will welcome West Point to town, while Mars Hill has Whitesburg Christian in the Warriors' first ever playoff game.
That'll be a fun one. Like an episode of Monday Night Raw, a football season always has its twists and turns. Many moons ago, James Clemens lost the Madison Bowl 54-7. We thought we knew who they were, but since then, they've gone 5-2, while Bob Jones will miss the playoffs. Madison City Stadium was already in the holiday spirit Thursday, had some hot dogs, a cow, some sort of witch right there, but they could not cast a spell to keep Homewood out of the end zone early on. The Jets defense stood tall for a while, but eventually Homewood scores on 4th and goal. This Jets play kind of looked like witchcraft. Aaron Gonzalez catches the screen, and the defender can't see him after the spin move. James Clemens' offense continues to frighten the Patriots. Alex Lively catches it and decides to give the defense an attitude adjustment, racing up the field for a score. Ultimately, the Jets fell to the Patriots, who win 38-28. But James Clemens still moving on to the postseason. They'll host Fairhope next week. Last week, Hartselle fell to Muscle Shoals in the region title game, but the Tigers still had a chance to finish out the regular season on a high note against Mortimer Jordan.
Last year, the Tigers trounced the Blue Devils 21-zip. Hartselle on the attack. Carter Lee hits Braden Weathers, and he scampers downfield, but goes down awkwardly, fumbling the ball out of bounds. Later, Mortimer Jordan attempts a field goal, but the Tigers say nah. A huge block for Hartselle, getting that lethal offense back out there. And this time, Lee has Jaden Morris, and the senior is going to scoot by everyone, diving into the end zone for the touchdown. No problem for the Tigers as they pick up the 24-0 dub. They'll host Buckhorn next Friday. Out at Woodville, the Panthers already having their best program history season ever, hoping to include an 8th win, but they need a spark. Jonah Sparks gets in for the touchdown, and that makes things a little interesting here. How about that? Sparks pulls the ball out of the air, breaks free, but he can't score a touchdown that time.
Sparks are flying.
Playing from behind. Things get a little wild. Mass confusion at the 40, balls loose in sections. Isaac Saavedra scoops it up and heads towards the end zone, but gets pulled down inside the 5. A wild play there. The Lions would punch it in on the next play. Braxton Rowell fights for the score as section stuns Woodville, handing them the 39-31 loss. The Panthers will host Meek next week. Over at the Joe, Plainview had a chance to complete the program's first undefeated regular season since 1999 as they took on JP2. The Falcons looking to upset the Bears and finish the season at 500. The Pruitt family had other plans. Still scoreless in the first, Owen Hope pitches it to Brody Hodges, and the senior zigs his way around a flock of Falcons and dives into the end zone to put Plainview in front. Dale and Jeremy going up to the guys saying, hey, we need to keep clawing. Now JP2 gets a chance to respond, but here comes trouble. Joey Ross puts the ball on the turf, and he's not going to be able to stop Big Nathan Holland from getting this one. As the Bears recover the fumble, Plainview wouldn't waste the opportunity. Hope looking long, and the lefty's got Christopher Samlin streaking down the sideline for another Bears score. Plainview goes on to win 49-21. The Bears will host Brooks in the first round of the playoffs next Friday. Staying in the region, Madison Academy already has the 2 seed locked up, but Bob Godsey's squad wanted to finish the regular season on a high note as they hosted Westminster Christian.
The Mustangs have never lost to the Wildcats. They look to make it 10 straight wins over them in the series to last night. Charleston Owens is one of the best quarterbacks in North Alabama, but here he gets dragged to the grass by Carson Tinsley. The body slam by him moves the chains way backwards. Now the Cats on offense, and Renard Bendolph 5-knuckle shuffles his way past the defense. Can he go all the way? No, he actually gets dragged down inside the 10. That's some hustle, loyalty, and respect by the defense, and it ends up being an important play because the Ponies lay them down for a 3-second tan right afterwards, stopping them on 3rd and goal and forcing a field goal. Madison Academy wins 42-13. Big-time matchup against Hatton waiting for them in the first round. Another playoff team in that region, of course, is Randolph. David Lloyd's squad looking to extend New Hope's skid to 8 games the other night. These teams traded sacks like kids will trade candy tonight. Bradford Hall buries the quarterback. Then a group of New Hope defenders bring down the Raiders in the backfield. The big defensive plays continue. New Hope completes the pass, but the receiver can't hold on to it for much longer. Walker Mitchell falls all over it to get the ball back. New Hope's, they've had a tough season, but they just keep fighting. More hustle, loyalty, and respect shown by them as James Irwin trucks his way and shoulder tackles his way in, just like I do, to set up the attitude adjustment. But Randolph able to adjust in this one, winning a wild one 23-22. They'll hit the road to battle against West Morgan next week. All right, time for me to take a quick break and brush my mouth like Colgate.
Right, when we come back, we're taking a look at our defensive play of the day. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Hey, let's go,
good. You know what would have been good though?
I don't know.
You can't see me, my time is now. That would have been good. That was also good.
I don't think most high school bands play that.
Just get the horns to do
I
that.
don't think that sounds as good as you think it sounds.
I think it sounds beautiful. It makes me want to go. I'm ready to go fight JBL at No Way Out 2005. That's how that sound makes me feel.
It's a long time ago. It's 20 years ago.
You know what makes you feel some type of way? Good defensive football, huh?
I do love good defensive football. So let's take it back to Trinity, because another person that brought it, not just the West Morgan band, the West Morgan defense. Unbelievable plays. Deschler and West Morgan with a region title on the line, and Kylan Stover wanted the Rebels to stay unbeaten. The junior comes up with a massive interception. Look at the effort to go down and get this ball. Now he's wearing the region crown in Morgan County, because West Morgan completed the perfect season with a 13-7 win. I mean, you just got to love a play like that. He's never going to forget that catch. Never going to forget that. Don't make those noises anymore. See what I'm dealing with? But of course, not every team that was in action this week will be playing next week. Over at Milton Frank Stadium, Huntsville and Lee met in a game that will cap both teams' seasons. With a win Thursday, the Panthers would finish 7-3 and would make sure the Generals go winless for the second year in a row. We jump into this one scoreless, and Lee trying to move the ball backed up to their end zone. It doesn't look like much on the play, but the refs throw a flag for holding in the end zone. That's a safety, giving Huntsville the first 2 points of the night. After the kick, the Panthers would actually get something going on offense. Jackson Spencer goes around the left side, picks up a head of steam, and gets blasted at the goal line, but he rolls in for a touchdown as Huntsville goes up 9-0. The Generals would attempt to mount a comeback, but couldn't get anything going as Lee's losing streak extends to 21 games with the 31-8 loss. A 100-game losing streak was on the line Thursday night.
Reminds me when I tried to break Undertaker's winning streak at WrestleMania. We'll take you out to Hazel Green and show you why that streak is now 101 games.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Go Panthers!
For the last several years, no winless team has generated more attention than Columbia. The Eagles have not won a game since the 2015 season with 100 straight losses, a streak they hope to put to bed for good Thursday night against Hazel Green. The Trojans have gone 5-0 against the Eagles all time. They don't want to be that team that has the streak end against them. And Hazel Green would strike first. A direct snap to Cameron Moore, and number 1 in for 6 to give the home team the early lead. So Tori's strong squad on the board. Now they're trying to hold the Eagles off, but that's easier said than done. Hakeem Dunnigan on the handoff, the senior full speed ahead for the goal line, taking 3 Trojans along with him. Sammy Coates doesn't want 7 points. He wants 8. He's trying to break the streak, for goodness sake. Columbia goes for 2, and they convert, taking a 1-point lead over Hazel Green in the first. But just like it's been every game for the last decade, it slips away from their grasp. Hazel Green wins 34-8. That's loss number 101 in a row.
And we have reached the point in the show where we have to say thank you, not just to everybody in the building who helps make the show possible, from our shooters to obviously Trevor and I and people in production, but thank you to you guys for making us your home for high school football throughout the regular season and hopefully into the playoffs, because we got a big show coming up next Friday, of course. But before we let you guys go, there's one thing we can't let you go without seeing.
Yeah, salute to all those people, and let's finish this out with the one thing you can see, our top highlights of the night.
Good night, everybody.
You have been watching a special presentation of WAAY 31 Sports.